So, Darcy, we are going to talk about some common phrases in English. And all of these phrases actually use what's called the noun clause, which is kind of a tricky grammatical structure. But we just want to discuss about the meaning of the phrase. And do you think it's true or not true?
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is it's not what you know, but who you know. Please explain.
I think that means like even though you might learn a lot of information or have a lot of experience, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll be successful. I think some of it comes from the connections that you have with people and who they know. So sometimes finding a job isn't being the person that has the most knowledge of the subject. It might just be having an acquaintance that has a connection with someone else that can hook you up with that job or a person that can get you to where you want to be.
Yeah,
So it really is who you know and not what you know.
right. And you think it's true, it holds true in life.
I definitely think so, or I think it kind of depends on the culture. In the United States, there's the belief that you can be successful from working hard, like, the American dream, all you have to do is work hard. But it's not necessarily about, having connections, having money, knowing people. You can earn your way up. But in other cultures, it's more about who's older than you, and you have to kind of follow a certain path. And I think some of that comes through the people that you know, those connections, because it's just how the society is set up more. So in that case, it's more who you know rather than what you know.
What you know, correct.
So it just depends on culture.
Right. Yeah, good points. Okay, so here's another one. What you don't know won't hurt you, or what you don't know can't hurt you.
Yes, I think another way of saying that is ignorance is bliss. So if you don't know you're making a mistake, you can't be hurt by it. So sometimes, like, if we say something to someone, but we're making a joke or something, someone might get offended because of their own experiences or background. So you don't know what's going to affect them because you're kind of ignorant. You just have no idea. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's one way to look at it. And another way to look at it is just also like sometimes when you don't know about things, because you don't know about it, then you can't get depressed, you can't get upset, it can't bother you.
Yes.
Similar, like ignorance is bliss. So, yeah, what you don't know can't hurt you. So maybe it's sometimes best not to know everything.
I agree.
Okay, so the next one is what comes around goes around.
Yes. I think that's more like kind of, it says like the energy that you put out comes back to you, like good karma. So if you help someone or you treat someone well, then that can come back to you where, maybe you help someone and later on someone tries to give that back to you and helps you.
Right, exactly. And also maybe if you do something bad, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. So maybe if, you steal money or you do something bad, then maybe something bad later will happen to you because you put that negative energy out.
Right, it's going to come back and get you. Actually, I love that one, what comes around goes around. Like if you do something bad to somebody, there's a really good chance that they're going to come back and do something bad to you, or something bad is going to happen to you. So you should always be nice and good,
I agree.
or else the badness is going to come back around. Okay, another one is you get what you pay for.
Yeah, I think that means like the quality of something. So if I spend more money, then I can get a better quality item, something that will last longer. But if you don't pay a lot of money, maybe something will break down really quickly.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you buy something that's really cheap to save money, you're not going to get a lot of value out of it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's better to pay something that's high quality. Yeah.
Yeah, even though it costs more in the beginning, like if you only buy something cheap and you might have to replace it many, many times. So eventually you end up paying more than you would have if you invested more to begin with.
Yeah, so true. Okay, so the next two are not really deep ones. They're more just kind of like phrases that we say for situations. One of them is, what you do is up to you. What does that mean?
I just think that means you have the power to make your own decisions. No one can tell you what to do. Either, you decide to do it or you don't.
Right.
So the responsibility is on you and no one can force you to do something that you don't want to do.
Right. So you don't have to worry about outside influence or to get permission or anything like that.
Exactly.
You have total freedom. Okay, and then the last one, this one's sometimes hard to explain to students. It is what it is. We use this a lot in conversation. Somebody will go like, yeah, it is what it is. How would you explain that?
I just think it kind of means that's just the rule. That's just how things are. So you can't really question. You can't really change things. You just have to accept it. Like, this is what it is. And there's nothing you can do to change it.
Right. And I love how like you actually used another noun clause to explain it. Like, that is how it is, or that's how things are, excuse me. So that's how things are. It is what it is used when you really can't explain something. That's what it is. So it's undefinable almost. It's very, everybody knows what you're talking about, but it's very hard to define. Actually.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Another one is, be careful of what you ask for. Please explain. Be careful of what you ask for.
I think like there's a second part to that. Be careful what you ask for because it may come true.
Yes.
So it's, if you have expectations and you get them, like maybe you wish for a new job and you get the new job and you're really excited, but then, you might get what you asked for, but it might not be what you expected. So, I get paid more money, yay, but then it turns out you're really stressed out, you have a lot of extra work to do, you're not happy, you were happier in your former situation. So even though we get what we think we want, can be a bad thing because it might be worse than we, expected.
Yeah, so true. Anyway, thanks for sharing. Those were good explanations.
Thanks.
You're a good teacher.
I try.
So, what are some talents you wish you had?
I would say this talent spreads a long time back, and it's always something I'm very envious about. I don't have the best memory, and so I really wish that my talent was to remember a lot easier or even have photographic memory. I think that would be very useful, especially as a student during exams where we're able to read quite a bit and remember all of it. I think that talent would be interesting to have because I wouldn't always be forgetting daily things like my keys to my apartment.
Right.
Or, so for example, my water bottle every single time I leave for class. I think memory is very important, and it's very good to remember certain conversations with people. For example, sometimes I might have a conversation with someone and completely forget that I talked about that topic, and then just be reminded of it when I talk to that person the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think having a better memory or photographic memory would be great for those situations.
Yeah, definitely.
And yourself, what are some talents that you wish you had?
I wish that I could dance. Like, I have no rhythm at all.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel so stupid when, like, if we go out or we listen to music, I just look really goofy when I try to dance. But I feel like dancing, so I still try, but it looks horrible. So yeah, I wish I had more like rhythm and the ability to like learn dance moves, I guess.
Yeah, I would say that dancing is definitely a talent that some people have. Likewise, I do not have any rhythm, so I'll join you on that same boat where even though I like to dance, I don't dance very well.
Yeah. And yeah, I wish that I was better at sports as well. I really like downhill skiing, for example. But I never skied a lot. Like my dad, he skied professionally when he was young.
Okay.
And I'm kind of like bitter that he didn't take me up to the hills more than he did.
Yeah.
Because if I had started at a young age, I could be really good right now. But I didn't. So I'm a casual skier, but I really wish that I could be like better than average in something, especially a sport.
Got it. Got it.
Do you play any sports besides basketball?
So basketball is my main sport. I used to play a little bit of volleyball when I was in high school, and so I played the position of setter. And so that was very fun. It took a lot of accuracy. I think if I had to be a little bit more talented, it would be at jumping. Because if I was able to jump a lot more, I would be able to fake my sets and just hit the ball down on the opponent's side. And so that would be a cool talent to have if I was able to jump maybe 5 to 10 more inches higher than I usually did. I still remember that my vertical was 26 inches when I was in grade 9 or grade 10. And so maybe if I added a couple more inches onto that, I would have been able to perform in more creative ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you dunk a basketball?
That depends on how high the rim is. If it's 5 feet or 6 feet, definitely, but on a standard regulation net, which is probably 9 or 9.5 feet, I cannot.
Okay.
But maybe if I had the talent of jumping extremely high, I would be able to dunk a basketball, but no.
Can you dribble with your left hand?
Of course. I can dribble with my left hand, I can dribble with my right hand, I can dribble between my legs. I've done a lot of different types of basketball drills when I was on the high school team. And so, yeah, I'm pretty good at handling the basketball, shooting, driving to the net, and passing it a lot, quite a bit. So, yeah, pretty efficient with the basketball.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Just can't dunk.
Okay, yeah. Can you shoot with your left hand?
No, I cannot. I can't shoot with my left hand. I could do a layup with my left hand, but I can't shoot the ball naturally like a free throw or a three-point shot with my left hand.
Okay. What exactly is a layup?
A layup is when you drive towards the net, you're allowed to take 2 steps while holding the basketball. And so that's usually how people, when they're very close to the net, they do a layup, or they're also able to convert a layup into a dunk. So they're able to take 2 steps and dunk towards the basketball net.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that's a little bit of basketball knowledge.
Yeah,
for you.
got it.
So Anna, you're from Portugal. Can you tell me a little bit about your country?
Yeah, sure. Portugal is a really small country, actually. It's right by Spain in Europe, and we have really nice weather there. It's really sunny most of the year and really hot in summer. It can get really cold and really rainy in winter. But yeah, overall, it's a really nice country to live in.
And I've heard you have nice beaches in Portugal.
Yes, we do. I used to go to the beach every day with my family in the summer. It was really great. But the beaches can get really crowded, lots of people. So you might want to be a bit careful when you choose where to go.
All right, I see. And where do you live in Portugal?
I live in a small village, actually. You probably don't know it. It's called Palmela, but it's south of Lisbon and it's by the coast, so it's really nice. We get a nice view of the mountains and of the rivers, so I really enjoy living there. It's really quiet, not a lot of people, a lot of wine farms actually, and really nice food. You should come and visit sometime.
I like wine. And so you have good wine in Portugal. What sort of food do you eat in Portugal?
Let's see. We get a lot of fish, 'cause we're by the sea, and so codfish is a traditional, and sardines,
Ooh, I
and
like
mackerel.
sardines.
Yeah, it's really good. And we also have really good desserts. So, for example, coffee cake, yogurt cake. We've got pastel de nata, which is kind of a egg tart thing. So I really recommend you try that with our coffee when you go there.
All right. And you speak Portuguese as your first language?
Yes, I do. I speak Portuguese. It's not the same as Brazilian Portuguese, but it's really close and we can understand each other. So that's
All
really
right.
great.
And can you understand Spanish as well?
Yeah, I can understand a little bit of Spanish, but there are some differences between Portuguese and Spanish. So,
How do you say hello in Portuguese?
oh, you can say hola.
Hola.
Yeah, it's fun. You should learn some Portuguese.
Ooh, I'd love to.
Hi, I'm Mari. I'm here with Ron. Ron is from Hawaii. So, Ron, what's so special about Hawaii?
Well, Hawaii is my home, but to people not from Hawaii, I think Hawaii is famous for its nice weather. It's warm all year round. Also, it's known for its beaches. The beaches are very nice. And it's also known for its warm hospitality. The people are also very nice.
So, can you tell me more about the weather? It's always sunny. It never rains.
It does rain, but often it rains and is sunny at the same time, so we have a lot of rainbows. So Hawaii is also famous for rainbows.
That's nice. Can you tell me more about the beach?
We have beaches on all shores of the island, of all our islands. So there's many beaches to choose from. And often, some beaches have big waves, some beaches have small waves, and you can choose which beach to go to, depending on whether you want to surf in big waves or you want to swim where there's no waves.
Can you tell me maybe about the nature in Hawaii?
We have forests, so there's lots of animals like birds and small animals like wallabies. We have Hawaiian wallabies, and they live in the forest.
What's a wallaby?
Wallabies, they're those little mammals. They came from Australia, and they were introduced to Hawaii, and now they're wild in Hawaii, and they've become their own species.
What do they look like?
They look like little kangaroos, I think.
Interesting. Any other interesting animals in Hawaii?
We have a lot of pigs, wild pigs. We like to go hunting for them, and we like to eat them.
Are there any animals that live in the sea?
We have nice coral reefs, so there's lots of beautiful fish in our coral reefs, and many people like to go snorkeling to look at our reefs. We also have turtles and seals in Hawaii.
Are there any whales?
We do have whales during the months of March until February, I believe. They come from Alaska, and they come to Hawaii during those months, and then they return to Alaska.
Wow, there are a lot of animals that live in Hawaii. Sounds like a great place to visit. Hi, I'm Mari. I'm here with my friend Ron. Today we're talking about food. So Ron, what's your favorite cuisine?
My favorite cuisine has to be Hawaiian food. I grew up eating Hawaiian food, so every special occasion we had Hawaiian food. So now when I eat Hawaiian food, it always brings back good memories.
What exactly is Hawaiian food?
Traditional Hawaiian food is usually cooked under the ground in a hole with hot rocks, and it cooks for maybe 6 hours or 7 hours. And when you take it out, it's very salty because we use a lot of salt, and it tastes really good. Usually meat, usually pork and other vegetables like taro and potato.
So then, what's your favorite Hawaiian dish?
My favorite Hawaiian dish is called lau lau. It's pork or fish wrapped in leaves and put inside the underground oven. And it's very salty and very good.
So the flavor is just salt?
The flavor is salt and also the leaf flavor that it's wrapped in.
What's your favorite dessert or junk food?
My favorite dessert has to be cake and ice cream together. I love to eat cake and ice cream together.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry, and I like to eat that with chocolate cake.
Sounds good. Do you like vegetables?
Not so much. I don't like to eat vegetables, but I can eat them if somebody cooks them for me.
What's your favorite vegetable?
Favorite vegetable? I don't have a favorite vegetable, but I can eat vegetables like asparagus, broccoli, carrots, those types of things.
Do you eat your vegetables raw, like salad, or do you prefer them cooked?
I prefer them cooked.
Thanks, Ron.
Welcome. Hi, I'm Ron from Hawaii. I'm here with Mari from Japan. Today we're going to be talking about food. So Mari, what's your favorite cuisine?
I think I like American food.
What type of American food?
I like hamburgers.
Hamburgers. Is that your favorite dish as well?
That is my favorite dish. My favorite hamburger place is right near where I went to university, and they have this hamburger called the Danish burger, and the Danish burger has blue cheese inside the hamburger. So my favorite dish has to be the Danish burger.
Do you like any side things like French fries with your hamburger?
I love French fries, but I know that eating hamburger and French fries is a little bit unhealthy, so I always replace the French fries for a salad.
A salad. Okay. What about desserts? What's your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert has to be chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake. Anything else? Do you like to eat it with anything?
No, I like chocolate cake by itself. Anything else? I like brownie sundaes, like brownies with vanilla ice cream. I guess my favorite dessert is anything chocolatey.
Sounds good. So before you said you like to eat a salad, what type of vegetables do you like?
I like all vegetables. I like them cooked or raw, but I don't like raw onions.
Not raw onions.
I really can't eat onions raw. That's probably the only vegetable I can't eat raw.
That's interesting.
Why do you have 3 computers?
Oh, I know, it's crazy. I do have 3 computers. Before I had 4 computers. Now I only have 3 computers. I have 3 computers because I use computers for my job.
Oh.
So I have 1 computer for my house, my one laptop computer for my house, and I always keep that computer at my house. So it's heavy. It's a MacBook Pro, and I don't like to carry it, so I leave it at home. And I have a MacBook Air. It's very light. It's not heavy, and I use my MacBook Air when I travel, when I go to school, when I go downtown to a cafe. So, yeah, I have one computer for home and one computer for when I travel.
And how about the other one?
Oh, the other computer. The other computer is old. It's also a MacBook Pro, and it's 7 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, it still works. It works really well, but I use it as a backup computer. So sometimes I need a computer in case one computer fails. Also, sometimes my friends need a computer, and I lend my computer to my friends.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's easy. I like that.
What do you do if you need something that's on the other computer?
Well, I use cloud computing, so I use Dropbox. So Dropbox shares everything. So all computers are linked, and they share all the files. So it's no problem.
How about phones? How many do you have?
I have 3 phones, also for my job. I have an iPhone, I have a Samsung Galaxy, and I have a Nokia Windows phone.
Oh, really? Yeah. Which one do you like the best?
That's tough. I think I like the Samsung Galaxy the best because it's bigger and it's easy to read. But the iPhone has good apps. I like the apps on the iPhone. And the iPhone is very reliable. So it always works. So yeah.
How about the Nokia?
The Nokia is also a good phone. It's a Windows phone, and I travel a lot. So when I travel, I always take the Nokia phone, and I use a new SIM card in the country, and then that is my phone when I travel. I usually leave my Galaxy phone or my iPhone at home.
You say you use your phone for work. How?
Oh, so I create websites, and so I need to check how websites look on different phones. So every time I make a website, I check it on the Nokia phone, I check it on the Samsung phone, I check it on the iPhone. So I make sure the website works on all smartphones.
Does the website often have problems with one phone or a different phone?
Usually not. Usually everything is okay, but sometimes media files like audio files or video files do not work on the phones, so sometimes I have to change things, but usually it works. How about you? How many computers do you have?
Well, at home, we have one laptop, and it's kind of big, so I don't usually take it out with me. And then we have a personal computer, and we also have a tablet, an iPad.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't use the iPad very much. It's usually used by my daughter. She's 2, and she loves to play games on the iPad.
Right.
So it's an expensive toy.
So your daughter likes the iPad, you like the laptop?
I like the laptop, yes.
And the personal computer?
The personal computer is my husband's, and we also use it as the family computer when we want to watch a movie or watch a TV show.
something like that.
Oh, wow. Sounds good. And phones?
Phones. Well, I have my own phone. I have a Sony phone. It's an Xperia. And I like it. It's big, so sometimes my fingers can't reach all the buttons, but I can watch videos on it. I like that. And when I leave the country, I can't use it in other countries, but I can use the Wi-Fi, so that's convenient.
Yeah, that is convenient. Okay, thanks a lot, Sarah.
Thank you.
So, Sarah, I see you eat soup every day at work. Why are you eating soup every day?
That's because I love to cook soup.
So you make the soup?
Yes, it's very easy to make.
So you cook it and then you just bring it to work every day?
Yeah, I just make a lot on Monday, and then I bring it to work every day of the week.
Oh, nice. So how do you make the soup? What's your secret?
Well, I like to cook very easy, so I buy meat that's already cut up, usually chicken, and then some rice, usually brown rice, and then I buy some vegetables. So after I bought the ingredients, I chop them up, and I put them all together in water until it boils and add some seasoning.
Okay. So you say the water boils. So as soon as the water boils, that's when you put in all the ingredients?
Yes, that's right.
So you don't put in the ingredients before the water boils?
No, I guess it's just easier for the water to be hot, because then the vegetables and the meat cook a little faster.
So how do you give the soup flavoring?
I usually add salt and pepper, maybe some garlic, and depending on the type of soup, either maybe some soy sauce or lemon juice.
Okay. Do you put in the flavoring after you put in the ingredients or before you put in the ingredients?
Maybe after, but usually right about all at the same time.
Okay.
So I just put everything in at one time.
And then after you cook the soup, do you put the soup in the refrigerator? Do you let it sit outside?
I usually eat some right then. And I also put it in containers for the week. But I let it sit in the containers out on the counter for a while for it to cool before I put it in the refrigerator.
All right. And so you don't put it in the refrigerator until it is cool?
Until it's about room temperature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then how do you heat it up? Do you heat it up in a pot or do you heat it up in the microwave?
In the microwave. It's the easiest.
Yeah, nice. So you make enough for 5 meals?
Maybe, sometimes. If I think I will get tired of eating it during the week, then maybe I'll just make enough for 3 or 4 meals. But if it's some kind that I think is really delicious, and I know I'll want to eat it every day, then I'll make a lot.
Well, if that happens, when you make the soup, you can make it for 6 or 7 and give me a bowl.
Okay. I'll do that next time.
Oh, great. Thanks. So, Sarah, I see you eat soup every day at work. Why are you eating soup every day?
That's because I love to cook soup.
So you make the soup?
Yes, it's very easy to make.
So you cook it and then you just bring it to work every day?
Yeah, I just make a lot on Monday, and then I bring it to work every day of the week.
Oh, nice. So how do you make the soup? What's your secret?
Well, I like to cook very easy, so I buy meat that's already cut up, usually chicken, and then some rice, usually brown rice, and then I buy some vegetables. So after I bought the ingredients, I chop them up, and I put them all together in water until it boils and add some seasoning.
Okay. So You say the water boils, so as soon as the water boils, that's when you put in all the ingredients?
Yes, that's right.
So you don't put in the ingredients before the water boils?
No, I guess it's just easier for the water to be hot because then the vegetables and the meat cook a little faster.
So how do you give the soup flavoring?
I usually add salt and pepper, maybe some garlic, and depending on the type of soup, either maybe some soy sauce or lemon juice.
Okay. Do you put in the flavoring after you put in the ingredients or before you put in the ingredients?
Maybe after, but usually right about all at the same time.
Okay.
So I just put everything in at one time.
And then after you cook the soup, do you put the soup in the refrigerator? Do you let it sit outside?
I usually eat some right then. And I also put it in containers for the week. But I let it sit in the containers out on the counter for a while for it to cool before I put it in the refrigerator.
All right. And so you don't put it in the refrigerator until it is cool?
Until it's about room temperature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then how do you heat it up? Do you heat it up in a pot or do you heat it up in the microwave?
In the microwave. It's the easiest.
Yeah, nice. So you make enough for 5 meals?
Maybe, sometimes. If I think I will get tired of eating it during the week, then maybe I'll just make enough for 3 or 4 meals. But if it's some kind that I think is really delicious, and I know I'll want to eat it every day, then I'll make a lot.
Well, if that happens, when you make the soup, you can make it for 6 or 7 and give me a bowl.
Okay. I'll do that next time.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Hi, Todd.
Hey, Sarah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, not bad.
So I heard you were from San Francisco.
That's right. Yeah, I was born there and I lived in the city for many years.
Cool. What is the most interesting thing about your city?
Well, San Francisco has many interesting things, but the most interesting thing is probably the architecture. There's lots of very unique buildings, and the most unique building is probably the Transamerica building. It's a building like a pyramid, and it's nice.
Wow, that's really cool. What is the most expensive area in San Francisco?
Well, it is very, very expensive. The most expensive area is a place called Pacific Heights, and it's on the highest hill in San Francisco, and it overlooks the bay. It's a really, really beautiful place. That area by far has the best views of the city.
What is the most beautiful place in San Francisco?
Well, actually, the most beautiful place is outside the city. It's a place called Muir Woods, and it has the tallest trees in the world. And some of these trees are really old. They're the oldest trees in North America. Some of them are over 2,000 years old.
Wow. Sounds like some place I would like to see. So it sounds really expensive. Where's the cheapest place to live?
The cheapest place to live is a place called Sunset. And Sunset is on the west side. And the houses are kind of old and they're a little bit cheap, but one thing about Sunset is it has the nicest view of the ocean, and you could watch the sunset every night. That's why it's called the Sunset area.
If I wanted to go there, when is the best time to visit?
Ooh, the best time is probably in the fall because that's when the weather is the nicest. It's not too cold and it's not too hot, and it doesn't rain that much.
So when would be the worst time to visit?
The worst time to visit would be probably February and March, because February and March are the coldest and wettest months. So, well, March isn't that cold, but sometimes it's wet, so it rains a lot.
Wow, that sounds really great. I want to go there.
Yeah, you should. It's a great place. So, Meg, you're getting married soon. How are things going?
Things are going pretty well. We have a lot of planning to do.
I bet. So have you hired a band yet?
No, we haven't hired a band yet. My brother has some friends who are in a band, so he's going to ask them.
Oh, cool. And have you gotten a caterer for the wedding?
Yes, we have gotten a caterer because the food is very important, so we ordered it in advance.
Oh, what kind of food?
We're going to have traditional American food.
Oh, nice, nice. So, have you bought a dress yet?
Yes, of course, I have bought a dress. That's the most important part. So last week I picked up my new dress.
Have you tried it on yet?
Yes, I've tried it on many times already.
Okay, cool. Have you shown it to your groom-to-be?
No, I haven't shown it to my groom-to-be because it has to be a surprise on the wedding day.
Oh, that's right, that's right. So, have you ordered the flowers?
No, not yet. I haven't ordered the flowers because I'm waiting for some special flowers from the florist, so still waiting.
And have you sent out the invitations?
Yes, we have sent out the invitations. We sent them out maybe a month ago.
Oh, cool. So then I assume you have booked the hall.
Yes, we have booked the hall because we wanted to have it at a special hall, so we booked it probably 6 months ago.
Okay, cool. Well, the only one problem, I didn't get an invite. Am I invited to your wedding?
Oh, I brought the invitation with me today.
Okay, great. Thanks.
So, Adam, today we're talking about do-overs. So, what is something that you wish you would have done over? For example, maybe something in your university life?
Yeah, there are a few things. I might change my major. I studied education, and while I enjoy what I'm doing right now, my free time, I really like watching movies about science and astronomy. And if I would go back to school and start my studies over, I'd probably study something along those lines, astronomy and metaphysics or something. I think that those topics are really interesting and on the cutting edge of science, and just fascinating to explore.
Interesting. Anything else you wish you would have done?
I might have been more involved in the sports clubs at my school. For example, the American football team. I played in high school, but in college I wanted to play, but I didn't have the motivation to push me over the edge to actually go out and really put my heart into it. I went to one training day and kind of tried out, but I didn't really pursue it as much as I would have liked. I think it would have been fun to be part of that culture and that environment.
How about something that you did do that maybe now you wish you hadn't?
I pierced my ears in high school because that was the cool thing to do, but now I don't wear earrings, and yeah, looking back on it, kind of just a silly thing to do, that trying to follow the trends that trends usually pass. So yeah, that would be something that I wouldn't do again.
Anything else you would have changed?
I might have made different decisions about my girlfriends at the time. I had a really good girlfriend in the beginning of college, and things didn't work out because of a variety of reasons. But I think if we would have worked on it, we could have made it happen, and so yeah, that's something I think about sometimes, about life in college. It's always, college love is kind of crazy thing. So yeah, we're too much like kids, I guess, I think, at that age.
Okay, thanks, Adam.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Today we're talking about do-overs. So if you had a time machine and you could go back to your college years, is there anything that you might change or do differently?
I really wish that I would have had a chance to study abroad. I chose the wrong major initially. I was a nursing major for 2 years and worked really hard at a major I was really bad at. And then after 2 years, I switched schools and switched majors. And because of that, I had so many credits to take that I couldn't study abroad or do really any extra classes that were fun.
That must have been challenging. Where would you have liked to study abroad?
Really anywhere. I've always loved to travel, so I would have been open to going anywhere.
So you said you studied nursing. What would you have studied otherwise?
Well, I first went into nursing because everyone, since I was really little, told me that I would be a good nurse. So I thought it was my calling in life. And then, after taking lots and lots of science classes, which I'm really bad at, I decided to switch majors to education. And then I ended up liking that major, so I'm really happy that I switched.
Is there any other major that you would find interesting that you might study if you went back, or you're satisfied with education?
I'm glad I did education because I really like that work-wise, but if I had to go with things that I'm interested in, I probably would have been some sort of art major. Both my siblings are artists, so kind of runs in the family a little bit.
What kind of art do you like?
Mainly dance, but I also was really into music growing up, so musical instruments and singing.
So, do you have any friends that were interested in art or dance that you had in those times?
Not really, no, actually.
Do you wish that if you were in a group of people that liked the similar things, that you might have pursued different interests?
Definitely. I wish I would have done more with dance. I was a ballerina for 12 years, and I gave up on that when I was 14 because I got to the level where I either had to train professionally to do that for a job or stay in a class where the younger girls would keep moving up. And so at that time I quit. And although I don't wish I was still doing ballet, I wish I would have continued some kind of dance.
So, Sarah, any funny haircuts or anything like that?
Actually, yes. 1 week before I moved away to college, I cut my hair boy short. And then after that, like during my first semester, I dyed it all different shades of red. And my hair's actually been pretty much every length and every natural-ish color.
Wow. How did your friends and family respond to your red hair?
My mom didn't like it so much. She thought I was going to dye it like a natural red color, but it was more of a fuchsia red color. So she didn't like it very much. But my friends and like my siblings understood because I've always been very different and didn't really care what other people thought about how I looked.
How long did you like it?
For a while. until I wanted change. I love change, so I'd always switch it to something else.
Wow, that's great. Thanks, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Ron from Hawaii. I'm here with Mari from Japan. Today we're going to be talking about entertainment and how often we do these things. So Mari, how often do you watch TV?
I watch the news in the morning, and when I come home at night, I sometimes watch TV.
Do you have a favorite TV show?
I don't have a favorite TV show.
Okay. How often do you go to the movies?
I really like going to the movies. I think I go maybe once a month or once every 2 months.
And other than that, do you rent movies?
No, I don't rent movies, but sometimes I download movies. I like to watch comedies, romantic comedies, and a little bit of drama.
Which is your favorite movie you watched recently?
My favorite movie, or I don't know if it was my favorite movie, but a movie that I watched recently is called 27 Dresses. It is about a girl or a woman who was bridesmaid 27 times.
And that's a romantic comedy?
It is.
What about reading? Do you like to read books?
I do like to read books. Right now I'm really busy with work, so I don't have a lot of time to read. But when I'm on vacation or whenever I have free time, I like to read books.
What kind of books?
I like to read nonfiction, usually, like biographies of people. And I also like to read about like teaching practices so that I could become a better teacher, and a little bit of fiction.
And what about concerts? Do you enjoy going to concerts?
I don't go to music concerts. I don't think I've ever been to one, actually, but I like to go see musicals, and I also like to go to sporting events. Hi, this is Mari. I'm here with Ron. Today we'll talk about types of entertainment and how often we do these things. Let's first start with watching TV. Ron, how often do you watch TV?
Usually I watch TV every day. I don't watch TV very long, but I usually watch TV every day. Usually I watch the news.
Why just the news?
I like to know what's going on in the world, so I usually watch CNN or BBC.
And that's it? Nothing else?
Usually, yes.
Usually.
Other than that, sometimes I'll watch sporting events, such as baseball or football.
But that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, do you go to the movies? How often do you go to the movies?
I don't go to the movies very often. Maybe twice a year, I would say.
That's it?
Yeah.
Do you rent movies?
I rent movies more than I go to the cinema, but also not very often.
What kind of movies do you like?
I like funny movies, comedies.
Comedies. What's the most recent movie you watched?
I watched Home Alone last night, but it was on TV. I didn't rent the movie.
Okay. How often do you read books?
I don't like reading, so I don't read books very often, The only time I do read books is for school purposes.
What kind of books do you read for school?
Well, my major is international relations, so usually I read international relations books, if I have to read.
If you have to read. So nothing, no books for pleasure.
Not for entertainment.
So when you're on the airplane, you don't read.
No,
Okay.
I try to watch the movies on the airplane.
Okay. How often do you go to concerts?
I go to concerts once in a while. In Hawaii, there aren't many concerts, so when there are concerts, I try to go.
What do you go see, or what type of concerts?
I like Hawaiian music, so I go to Hawaiian concerts. And if a big star from America comes, I usually try to go also.
So music concerts.
Right, music concerts.
Okay, Ron, thanks.
You're welcome. Hi, I'm Ron from Hawaii. I'm here with Mari from Japan. Today we'll be talking about abilities. So Mari, are you a good cook?
I like to cook. More specifically, I like to cook for people. I like to have people over and eat with people. I don't really like to eat alone, so I don't like to cook for myself. I like to cook for other people. But more than cooking, I like to bake.
Baking? What do you like to bake?
Cookies and brownies and cake.
That sounds very good. I would like to eat one of your brownies. Okay, next. Are you a good singer?
I am terrible at singing. I don't like going to karaoke, and I don't like to sing. I like music, but I can't sing for my life. Yesterday, or I guess in class, it was a student's birthday, and I made my students sing happy birthday, but they wouldn't start. So I had to start them off singing, and my voice was so bad that they started laughing at me. So I'm just a terrible singer.
That's funny. Okay, next. Are you a good dancer?
No, I'm not a good dancer. I can't dance at all. I used to, when I was younger, my parents enrolled me in ballet classes, so I did ballet for like 6 years, but I am not very good at dancing.
So you're a teacher now, right? So were you a good student when you were a student?
I was a good student because I'm a dork. No, yeah, I think I was a good student. I tried hard in all of my classes. I always did my homework. I was always focused and took notes during class. If I didn't understand something, I would either ask questions in class or speak to the teacher or professor after class. I always really liked learning, and so I think that's why I was a really good student.
And athletics. Were you a good athlete, and are you a good athlete now?
It's a tricky question. I like sports, and I like playing sports. I don't think I'm a very good athlete, probably compared to you. I'm probably not, but I really enjoy playing sports. In high school, I played soccer. I ran cross country. I played ice hockey and a little bit of lacrosse.
And which one was your favorite sport?
My favorite sport was ice hockey. I'm Mari from Japan. I'm here with Ron from Hawaii. Today we're going to be talking about abilities, so let's start with food. Can you cook?
I can't cook well, but I do cook. So I think the reason why I can't cook well is because I can eat anything. So I don't try very hard to make it taste good.
What do you like to cook?
I like to barbecue outside on the grill.
What do you put on your barbecue?
When I cook meat, I don't put much. Only salt, pepper, and a little bit of seasoning.
Okay, good. Next, do you think you're a good dancer?
No, I don't think I'm a good dancer, and I don't really try to be a good dancer either.
Do you not like to dance?
I don't like to dance.
At all?
Right.
I heard that you're a good line dancer.
I would like to learn how to line dance, and I do like country music, but I haven't officially been taught how to line dance.
So you don't dance at all?
No.
Okay. Next, are you a good singer?
No, I'm not a good singer, but I do enjoy going to karaoke.
What do you like to sing?
In Hawaii, when I go to karaoke, I enjoy singing Hawaiian music. If I'm in Japan, I like to sing other English songs that they have, usually country music or 80s or 90s music.
Good. That's good. Do you think you're a good student?
I don't know if I'm a good student. Growing up, I was not a good student, but now I am trying harder to be a good student.
How were you not a good student growing up?
I didn't enjoy going to school, and I didn't try very hard in school. Now I try a little harder. I make an effort.
Can you talk more about your effort? What do you do to try to be a good student?
I try to listen to the teachers now instead of doing my own thing, and I try to complete everything with good quality.
That's good. And last, do you think that you're a good athlete?
Growing up, I was a good athlete. I played a few sports. Now I don't play any sports anymore because I'm old. But growing up, I think I was a good athlete.
What sports did you play?
I played American football, baseball, and soccer.
Which one is your best sport?
I would say football. American football is my best sport.
How long did you play?
I played since I was 11 until age 22.
So for 11 years.
Yeah.
And you played when you were in university?
I played at the University of Hawaii, yes.
So, Miss Naomi from, where is it you're from?
Wales.
Wales, okay. So, and how old are you now?
I'm 11.
11, okay. So, that means you are in, what would that be, junior school, secondary school?
Junior school.
Junior school, okay. And, so what grade is that in junior school?
6.
Oh, grade 6, okay. Tell me about your school. What kind of subjects do you study in junior school?
We study art and maths and science and English and geography and history and RE.
RE? What's RE?
Religious education.
Ah, okay. And so you go to school from what time in the morning?
About 8:45 and it starts at past.
The first class is at 5 past. And then do you get a break?
We get a break at 10:30 and then lunch at 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock for how long?
For an hour.
An hour? Oh, nice. And then what do you do for lunch in Wales? Does Do they have like a cafeteria where they cook for you, or?
Yeah, they have that, and you can bring sandwiches.
Oh, you can bring your own sandwiches instead?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do?
I normally bring sandwiches.
Okay. Oh, is that because the dinners are no good, or?
They're okay, but I don't really like them as much as sandwiches.
Oh, okay. And what kind of food do they serve up in the canteen?
They serve roast dinners and...
Roast dinners?
Yeah.
What's a roast dinner?
It's like meat and vegetables.
Okay. Okay. Sounds very simple.
Yeah. And pizza and chips and ham and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, it sounds good. And do they give you lots of homework?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, that's good to hear. So what's your favourite subject then in junior school?
Art.
Art?
Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know. I just like painting and drawing.
Okay. And then what's the subject that you find most boring?
Maths.
Maths?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of maths. So I guess if you're in grade 6, you'll be going on to your next school soon?
Yeah, secondary school.
Okay. And are you looking forward to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay, well, it's very nice talking to you, and good luck in your next school. So, Naomi, so you're from Wales, and you're 11. So what does an 11-year-old girl do for fun in Wales?
I do music. I play the piano and the violin.
Okay, how long have you played the piano for?
Since I was about 8.
8, and what about the violin?
About the same.
Okay, and what kind of level are you at now then, at the piano?
I just passed my grade 3.
Oh, congratulations. So that's grade 3 of, what is that?
You have different levels. And
Okay.
Yeah.
And it starts at grade 1.
And it gets harder.
Up till, what's the highest grade you can get?
Grade 8.
Oh, grade 8. So you're grade 3 now?
Yeah.
So I guess the next one you're going to do is grade 4.
Yes.
Okay. And so what do you have to do? What kind of test is it?
It's you learn 3 pieces.
3 pieces of music?
Yeah.
Right.
And you have to play them, and you have to do some singing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And some...
Is that like sight reading? You look at the script and you have to sing the notes, or?
No, somebody plays a tune for you, and you have to sing it exactly the same tune that they played. And there's sight reading where you have to look at a page and then play it on the piano.
Oh, wow. Is that hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. So how much do you practice the piano then?
It probably should be once a day.
Yeah.
But I normally do it 3 times a week, about that.
Okay. And you enjoy it then?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. And you play the violin too?
Yeah.
Yeah. And is that fun?
Sort of. It's not as fun as the piano.
Oh, okay. Okay. And how do you do any other things in your spare time?
I do guides and swimming.
Guides?
Yeah.
What's guides?
It's like a group of girls, and they do activities and everything. And they meet each week to do activities.
Okay. Like, what kind of activities do you do?
Well, you go camping sometimes.
Yeah.
And you just do activities like sometimes you do sports and outside activities and lots of things.
Okay. Oh, is it like kind of like the Cub Scouts for
Yes.
the boys? Okay, so you have to wear a uniform?
Yes.
Okay, can you explain the uniform for me?
It's dark blue, and you can either wear jeans or joggers or these trousers.
Joggers?
Yeah.
What are joggers?
The trousers that you wear for sports.
Oh, for like jogging?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, sounds like you do a lot of fun things in your spare time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's very nice to talk to you, and good luck with your piano and your violin.
Thank you.
So, Naomi, so you're from Wales, and you're 11. So what does an 11-year-old girl do for fun in Wales?
I do music. I play the piano and the violin.
All right.
And I play sports, netball. And,
netball?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like a basketball a bit.
Yeah.
But, mostly girls play it, and you have 2 teams, and you have to try and get the ball in each other's nets.
Oh, okay, so it's just like basketball. You bounce it around.
Well, you don't really bounce it that much. You can only bounce it once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. And you play it indoors then, or?
Yeah, mostly indoors. In the summer, sometimes outdoors.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, so you can only bounce it once?
Yeah, there's 3 different passes you can do, but one is you use a bounce called bounce pass, and you can only use a bounce once.
Okay, to pass it to your teammate?
Yeah.
Okay, and what are the other passes?
There's chest pass.
And what's that?
It's just sort of a straight pass from chest to the other person's chest.
Okay.
And shoulder pass, which is just sort of lob.
Like a lob, you throw it over your shoulder kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just, well, like basketball, then somebody throws it in the net, and then how many points do you get?
It's a 1 point for every net, every ball that you get in the net.
Oh, okay. And how long is a game of netball?
Probably about an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So like half an hour each side, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And how many people are there on a team?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Hey, Darcy, we're having a party this Saturday. You want to come?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay, great.
When is it?
It is at 10 o'clock. Do you think you can make it?
As long as I can get a ride.
Oh, I think I can pick you up. Where do you live?
I live about 10 minutes down the street.
Oh, really? From here?
Yes, from here.
Okay, so you're in the east part of town.
Yes, that's right. And around the corner from the gas station.
Okay. Oh, nice. So if you can meet me at the gas station, I can just pick you up there.
Sure, as long as you give me a call before, I'll forget.
Okay, don't worry, I'll do that. So the party is starting at 10, so I'll pick you up around 9:45. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds great. Can I bring something?
Yeah, you can bring whatever you want. You don't have to bring anything, but if you want to bring your own dish or your own food, that's fine. But there will be some food provided. It's kind of your choice.
I can bring brownies unless someone has special dietary needs.
No, I'm sure everybody's going to love to eat brownies, so please definitely bring the brownies.
All right. What about curry? I love cooking curry.
If you want to make curry, you can make curry. That would be awesome.
Okay. How about spicy Thai curry?
I think you can make spicy Thai curry. I think everybody would like that.
Okay. Sounds great.
Now, do you play sports?
If no one is throwing a ball at my face, yes.
Okay. Well, we will play soccer if we have enough people. So we're hoping to get enough people. So would you play?
Sure. Sounds great.
Okay, great. And if the weather's not nice, though, then maybe we will postpone it and we'll have it on next Saturday or maybe next month. But it looks like the weather's going to be nice. If the weather looks bad, I'll give you a call.
Okay, can you call before 8 a.m.?
Yes, I will definitely let you know. Actually, if we think the weather is going to be bad, we will call you the night before so you don't have to worry about it.
All right, that will be perfect.
Okay, great. Also, if you want to bring friends or you want to invite somebody else, you can also invite them as well. It's a company party, but it's friends and family, so you can bring other people as well.
All right, should they also bring things for the party?
If they want to, they can bring stuff, but they don't have to.
Okay, cool. I'll call my friends.
Okay, but your friends have to go there by themselves because my car is really small and I can only give you a ride.
Oh, if you can only give me a ride, I don't think I can invite my friends.
Oh, really? They don't have a ride?
No, we all live really far away.
Oh, no. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll ask if I can get the company van, and if I can get the company van, then I can give everybody a ride.
Ooh, if you can give everyone a ride, I'll invite all of my friends.
Okay, how many friends are we talking about?
How many friends can fit in your vehicle?
Maybe 6 or 7.
Okay, I think I can call some friends.
Well, if you can get your friends to come, then we will definitely have a soccer match.
All right, how many teams will we make?
I'm sure we'll just have 2, but we'll have a big game.
Okay, as long as my team can win.
Well, I can't promise that.
It's on.
So, Monica, you do Tai Chi.
Ah, yes, I've just joined a Tai Chi club.
What made you join the Tai Chi club?
Well, I wanted to do something that was a lot different to what I usually do, which is high-impact sports like basketball and tennis.
So you wanted to do something that was slower.
Yeah, well, I don't usually enjoy exercise that is quite slow, such as yoga, but I decided to join this club and I'm really enjoying it.
So what exactly is Tai Chi? What do you do in Tai Chi?
Well, there are different types of Tai Chi. There's the original Tai Chi, which involves quite quick, fast movements. And then there's a slower form of Tai Chi, which is quite popular in Japan. I think it's called Mr. Young Tai Chi. And that involves very slow, pronounced movements. And that's the Tai Chi that I'm doing.
How do you feel like after you do Tai Chi? Do you feel tired? Do you feel energetic?
After I've done Tai Chi, I feel quite energetic, actually. I don't really feel tired because I haven't had a really hard workout. But I feel that my mind is very relaxed and very focused, and I'm very motivated to do whatever I need to do for the rest of the day.
Now, you actually are a tennis coach, so you teach sports. Would you recommend Tai Chi for other athletes?
Yeah, I do recommend Tai Chi for other athletes. It's quite difficult to know exactly how you would benefit from Tai Chi and how it can directly relate to a specific sport. But I've heard that it works on your energy levels and focuses your mind so that everything's in balance. And I think that can help any kind of sport because even in a sport like tennis, it's important to have balance when you're hitting the ball, when you're volleying, when you're getting ready for a smash. It actually involves having balance in terms of where your center of gravity is. So yeah, the concepts are similar.
So, Monica, a minute ago we were talking about Tai Chi and about how it helps longevity, helps you live a long life. One time when I was in Bangkok, I met a guy and he was doing Tai Chi and he looked really young, but he said the secret to his old life, he said the secret to looking young was Tai Chi and cold showers. He took a cold shower every morning.
Oh, wow.
Could you do that?
No, I don't think I could, actually.
Yeah, I actually tried it for a while. I tried it for about a week, and I did feel so energized. And it was easy in Bangkok, so it's really warm. But I couldn't keep it up, especially now that I'm in the cold climate. There's no way.
Yeah, I remember when I was young, my mother used to teach me to splash my face with cold water in the morning because she believed that helped wake you up. And I remember as a child not liking that at all because I just found it too cold.
Right.
So I preferred to splash my face with warm water.
So, have you heard of any other secrets to having a long life?
Yeah, I've heard of quite a few different secrets to having a long life. I guess one secret that a lot of different cultural groups seem to share is diet. If you take the Japanese as an example, and Japanese people do have a long life expectancy in comparison to other people from other countries. I think the Japanese eat a diet that's quite low in fat and reasonably low in salt as well. And I think their fluid intake is quite healthy because they drink a lot of green tea, which has antioxidants in it, and they drink a lot of miso soup, which has a lot of vegetables in it and is made from fermented barley. So I think that's very healthy.
I've also heard that people in the Mediterranean, they also often have a long lifespan in certain regions, and maybe the combination of wine, just a little wine, not too much, but wine and olive oil, and then a lot of fish, seafood, is also maybe beneficial to a long life.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard French people, for example, live a long life, and that has often been said due to a glass of red wine a day. And I know people think differently about alcohol and its effect on the body these days.
Right.
Yeah, because alcohol used to be considered quite a bad thing and discouraged in all forms, but now people tend to think that a glass a day is actually quite beneficial to your health.
I've also actually heard that that people that laugh a lot tend to live longer.
Yeah, I've heard that too, actually, because laughing releases natural endorphins, and I think that helps you physiologically, and also I think psychologically you're happier if you're laughing. So, yeah, I think that long life is related to how you're feeling, and I think a lot of it's psychological as well as physical, for example, how much you're eating and what types of food you're eating.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of in the same boat, but I just don't know if I laugh that much. Maybe I'm in trouble.
Hey Shirley, you're from Australia, right?
Yeah, that's right, from down under.
Okay. Are you from Sydney?
No, I'm not from Sydney. Actually, I'm from Melbourne.
Melbourne?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So are there any nice parks in Melbourne?
Well, you know, Josh, Melbourne is a great city. And one of the reasons is because there are lots of parks. There's a really big park right in the centre of the city.
Is it beautiful?
It's gorgeous. It's called the Botanical Gardens, and they have plants from many different places around the world. And there's a lake, a small lake, in the centre. But what I really love about that park is at one time of the year they have lots of big fruit bats that fly into the park and they hang upside down from the trees. They're really huge, like big sacks. It's very cool.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
So, is there good shopping in your city?
Oh, there's great shopping in Melbourne. You know, Melbourne has people from many different countries. So we have a great variety of things and clothing, cars, coffee shops, foods from many different countries. So it's a great place to shop.
Wonderful. What about housing? Is there cheap housing or is it really expensive?
Well, it's not cheap, but it's not as expensive as Sydney. Sydney is the biggest city in Australia. It's very expensive to live. But in Melbourne, the housing is so-so.
How do you get around in Melbourne? Do you take the bus?
You can take the bus, but Melbourne has something very special that no other city in Australia has. We have a tram system. I think they're called trolley cars in America, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. Well, Melbourne has a really big tram system, so you can go lots of places in the city by tram. It's really good fun.
What about the tram? Is it expensive?
Not so expensive. Cheaper than the bus. Maybe about the same as the train. Cheaper than a car. Probably one of the cheapest ways to travel in the city.
What about schools in Melbourne? Is there a big university?
Melbourne has 3 or 4 really big universities, and some smaller universities too. Also, they have some very good private high schools and some very good public high schools.
Great. That sounds like a great place to go to school.
It's a pretty great place to live.
Hey, Shirley.
Hey, Josh.
So how was your weekend?
Quite busy this weekend.
Really? Those are hard.
Yeah.
So what did you do on Saturday?
Well, Saturday morning, I usually clean the house.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of boring, but I have to clean the bathroom and then the kitchen and then the lounge room because I have lots of cats.
Okay.
And the cats leave hair everywhere. So I always have to clean on Saturday mornings.
Yes, cats are messy.
Yeah.
So after you cleaned, what did you do?
Well, in the afternoon, I went for a walk up the mountain. It was a beautiful sunny day. There were no clouds in the sky.
Wow.
It was gorgeous. So I walked up the mountain and I saw a ferret.
A ferret?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're a little furry animal, 4 legs, tail. Not like a rabbit, but about the same size as a rabbit.
Okay.
And they're kind of gold-brown colour.
Wow. Did you see any other animals on your walk?
No. I didn't see any other animals on the ground, but I did see a beautiful bird flying in the sky.
Wow. Do
Yes.
you know what kind?
I think it was an ibis. It's a big bird that usually walks in the water. It has long legs and it was white with a black head.
Great. So after your walk, did you do anything else?
I went home And then I watched some TV.
Okay.
That was about it for my Saturday.
Okay. What did you do on Sunday?
Sunday, I went to the art museum.
Really?
Yeah.
Great.
I really like to go and see new art, pictures or paintings or photographs or sometimes sculptures.
Okay. So who's your favorite artist?
I don't really have a favorite artist, but I really like watercolors.
Okay.
So pictures that are painted with just a kind of soft painting style.
Do you like paintings of nature?
I do like paintings of nature. I especially like paintings of flowers and animals
Okay.
and places that have water, like lakes or rivers or the sea.
Oh, that sounds like you had a great weekend.
Yeah, it was good, thanks.
Okay.
So Anna, you're from Portugal, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, because I'm actually thinking of going to visit Europe this summer, and I thought Portugal would be a great place to visit.
Oh yeah, Portugal is great, especially in the summer. It will be really warm, and you can go to lots of places in Portugal. You can go to the north, where we have a lot of mountains, and you can do all kinds of activities like archery and horse riding.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Well, actually, I was thinking of going to the beach. Can you give me some advice for what's the best time of year to go when perhaps there are not too many tourists around?
Oh yeah, if you want to avoid tourists, you should definitely not come in August. August is really crowded and there are just so many people in the south of Portugal. You can try to come in June. June is
Alright.
already warm, but there are not too many people, so it will be easier for you to find accommodation. There are some really nice hotels and hostels around. So, what kind of place were you thinking of staying in?
Well, actually, I don't really mind too much. I think I'd like to see what it's like to maybe for normal people in Portugal, what it would be like to go on holiday and have an authentic Portuguese experience. So maybe I don't really want to stay in a big international hotel. What's a typical Portuguese place to stay in that's nice for a summer holiday?
That's interesting. Yeah, in that case, you should definitely avoid the big hotels or any hostels. There are some apartments that you can rent, so you can just live in an apartment by the beach.
All right.
And yeah, they're just in a normal building with other Portuguese people, but you can rent it and stay there, and it's really close to the beach. It's like a 1-minute walk, so it will
Really?
be really convenient for you.
And is this is by the Atlantic Ocean?
Yes, yes, it is.
All right, that's sounds like a very good idea, staying at an apartment. How much should I budget for that?
I am not really sure. It will probably be a bit more expensive than a hotel,
Really?
but not in the long term. You can pay about 30 euros per night, I think,
Wow, that's
for
cheap.
a nice location. Yeah. If you come with friends, though, you can also rent a villa. We have some villas also by the beach.
Does it have a swimming pool?
It does have a swimming pool,
Wow.
and they have plenty of rooms. So if you want to come with a big group, that's definitely a better option.
That sounds like a great idea. I can invite my colleagues along. So, do you have any final tips for me for my holiday in Portugal?
Well, I mean, if you want to stay in the south, in the Algarve, then I definitely recommend you check out the nightlife. It can be really lively, and there are night markets and where you can buy lots of souvenirs and people just hang around. So I definitely recommend that.
Okay, and what was the name again? The Algarve.
The Algarve, yeah, that's the southern part of Portugal, so
Ooh.
you can't miss it.
Gotta remember that. Thank you very much.